Warning. This video contains major spoilers for my upcoming series, where I aim to complete the hardest GTA mod ever created. If you don't want any spoilers, I would suggest watching on anyway, as nothing will be spoiled until the very end, and I'll warn you before we get to that part. Thanks for watching. How do you define the hardest GTA mission to ever exist? Millions of people have completed all of the different GTA missions. There's no ground left to cover there. But what if we looked at GTA mods that were deliberately made so difficult that they bordered on the impossible? Missions where the developers hadn't been able to complete them legitimately due to their difficulty. That's what we plan to explore today. Many of you will be aware of GTA Total Conversions, which are mods for the Grand Theft Auto series that intend to completely overhaul the experience of the game. Whether that be implementing new buildings, new characters, perhaps even an entirely new story to complete. These mods completely change the way you play Grand Theft Auto by changing many different mechanics inside the games. What you may not be aware of though, is that there are a small handful of total conversions that are created with the sole intention of being as difficult as possible. Truly walking the line of what is possible and pushing the game's boundaries to the absolute limit. Around a decade ago, Grand Theft Auto 3 Toughened was released. This mod kept the original GTA 3 story, but changed each mission to be brutally difficult. All of the usual strategies were no longer possible. Each death took a part of your HP permanently. Health and gun pickups were either moved or completely removed from the game. Just GTA in its gnarliest form. The developers of this mod knew exactly what they were doing, making sure that it became hell, and that only the most elite players would make it out alive. Just for some examples, at the end of a drop in the ocean, instead of just passing the mission, you are given an M16, a 5-star wanted level, and the objective of destroying 15 FBI cars in less than 2 minutes. Just imagine the absolute chaos that ensues after completing a difficult mission, getting all the way to the end, just to discover that you have to do this on top of everything. Espresso to Go includes several more stalls on the map that you have to destroy, only this time they are not marked on the map no matter how close you get to them. In fact, the mod even tells you to go back and grab a map, but if you do,
Well, so her dog actually did eat the map. Fucking sick, dude.
the final mission is quite similar to the original, only with one small twist. Every single enemy has an M16 with 100% accuracy, meaning if you try and 1v1 any of them, this happens.
What?
Absolutely brutal stuff. Even to this day, there are only a handful of videos here on YouTube of people completing this mod through legit means, due to its insane difficulty. What about the other games though? Well, in the background, a mod was being worked on inside Vice City.
Vice City is way too easy. I'd never fail a mission.
Grand Theft Auto Tightened Vice is essentially Vice City's entry into the toughened genre, being worked on as we speak by a different developer, Dinosaur Bytes. This mod follows a similar formula, keeping the original Vice City story, but changing the missions to be a lot more challenging. The difference this time around is that as the mod is still a work in progress, some parts of the mod still need testing. Recently, I embarked on a journey of trying to complete this mod on my stream. Twitch.tv/EnglishBen for those interested. Subscribe and give me attention because I absolutely crave it. Thank you. And for the most part, I didn't struggle too much. Right.
Okay, timers are set.
You left Lance behind. But seriously, run. What? Oh, you bastard! You bastard. That fucking scared the shit out of me. However, one mission stood out among the rest. The Shootist. In the original game, you are putting together a heist crew, and you need to find a guy who's good with the old, rooting, tooting, pointing, and shooting. You head to the ammunition in downtown and find Phil Cassidy, who says that he will join your crew if you can achieve more than 60 points on the shooting range. Inside the range, there are 3 rounds, each with a different shooting challenge. Round 1 gives you 2 minutes before your time is up. Rounds 2 and 3 give you just 1 minute each. You must score at least 61 points across all 3 rounds to pass, and if you don't, then you clearly aren't a true American hero. So what's different in Titan Vice? Well, not much, besides the fact that you only have 20 seconds in round 1, 15 seconds in round 2, and 20 seconds again in round 3. This means that compared to the original, you must achieve the exact same score, but with less than a quarter of the time. To understand how absolutely bonkers this difficulty spike is, let's break down how each round works. Round 1 is fairly straightforward. There are 3 targets that move side to side. The first target, aka the closest one, is worth 1 point. The second is worth 2 points. And the third target is worth 3 points. In order to score points, you must shoot off all 5 pieces of the target before you will score anything. After the target has been destroyed, you are awarded the respective points, and the target goes back to its spawn location and respawns, which allows you to shoot it again. The second round is where you can score a lot of points, as each target is killed in just 1 bullet, for a single point per kill. This means that you can just wail on these targets and spawn kill them as fast as your greasy little gamer hands can handle. The same principle applies for the respawns as in round 1. Once you destroy the target, it moves back to its original spawn location and then comes back onto the range. Round 3 is a little different. The targets are still destroyed in 1 bullet and are still worth 1 point each. However, they now move a lot faster, making them harder to hit, and also spawn randomly, making them harder to predict. The difference between a good and a bad round 3 is astronomical, as due to the random spawns, sometimes you can just get absolutely shafted if they spawn in awkward places. Something else worth mentioning that adds to the difficulty of this mission is the fact that if you fail, you must return to the Malibu Club and then drive all the way back to the ammunition in order to have another try. This might not sound like a lot, but those few minutes added up over dozens of attempts really make the difference on how brutal it is to grind out. Let's take a look at some of my early attempts. Hit as many targets as you can. Can I skip this? No. You know, time at ammunition. I have the same amount of ammo. Closest target is worth 1 point. Okay, so all the mechanics are the same. The other option is he's made the targets go like this. You know? Okay, let's see. Still gonna beat 60. 20 seconds though, okay. That's different. I have like no time, dude. Oh, I just about scraped that one. Oh my god. 20 seconds. How long do I have on this?
3, 2, 1, fire!
15 seconds. Alright, I need to fucking sweat. I'm not reading chat.
Area clear!
How am I gonna get another 26 points?
Aim! 3,
Fuck, dude.
1, fire!
I must have more time here. 20. Ugh, that's not enough time. These targets aren't fast enough. And they come out at such weird times. I've never done this round in my life. I have no idea how to do this. Fuck, this is so hard. Like, how am I supposed to shoot that one?
Area clear!
Oh. Oh my god. That was pathetic.
Live
Yeah.
ammunition! Aim!
will save me quite a bit of time. Does anyone remember how many points I got last time on this? I got a lot more points this time. I got 11 last time, I think. Still not nearly enough, but... Okay, concentrate. Like, again, don't care if you miss a shot. Just fire again. Just keep shooting. Fuck. Wait, I can keep shooting. Oh, they don't count, though. Okay, I got 6 points last time on 9 points. I need to get 22 on this round. That is not happening. That round 2 was too shit. I'm not even close. Fuck, man. Like, they're so fast. I can't shoot them quick enough. There's one there as well, but I can't even get to it. Like, how do you get any points on this? Like, I can't even see them in time before they've already disappeared. That's so fucking hard, man. Fuck. 49. Still 11 points away. Holy shit. Okay. I can still do better on round 1, I know I can. I should be shooting there, but I'm not. I can get more. I should be shooting while I'm waiting for that target. Okay, I'm gonna go up to 800 DPI now. Oh, it feels fucking mega sensitive now. I'll get used to it though, I think. Okay, 24 is a lot better, but still 19 points. Like, how the fuck am I gonna get 19 points? There's no targets. Where the fuck are the targets? Like... Even then I got 12 then, which is like really fucking good. And it's just not nearly enough. And I honestly feel like I did pretty fucking good then. Like... Holy shit, dude. And I'm still not even close. As you can see on the left side of the screen, the developer was watching my stream as I did attempts of the mission. Their comments started off confident that they had beaten this mission in only 20 tries, and that it was doable. However, after around 45 minutes of attempts, their confidence began to dwindle. People in my chat were advocating for a nerf, as if someone with 5,000 plus hours in the game couldn't complete this, a standard player would have no chance. Eventually, the developer offered to nerf it live and send me a new copy of the mod. But I refused, as I was certain it was possible if I just practiced a little bit more. Even though it was extremely frustrating to have to drive all the way back each time I failed, I was confident in my ability to make it through. After around an hour and a half of fails, the developer began to doubt that they had actually tested this version of the mission, as this wasn't the first edition of the shootist inside Titan Vice. The original was tested by other speedrunners and was deemed way too easy for such a difficult mod, so the difficulty was increased dramatically to what you see on screen now. Dinosaur Bites now wasn't sure if this version of the mission was even possible at all. I also started to doubt it due to my best attempts not even being close to the target score after almost 2 hours of non-stop trying. What we needed was some strategies. It wasn't long after that I developed a strategy for round 1, which involves spawn camping the second and third targets as much as possible. This is vital to getting a high score, as the targets move at a fixed speed back and forth from their spawn location. The longer you take to destroy them, the further they are away from that respawn point, which means having to wait for them to come back again. The first target is almost irrelevant, so I shoot out the torso to stop it blocking the other targets behind it, and then only destroyed it at the end for an extra point. This made 19 points possible consistently on the first round, but you only have less than half a second to spare before running out of time. As I mentioned before, round 2 works in a similar way, but there wasn't really a strategy for it besides just shoot as many as you can, as quickly as you can. However, one user discovered that if you play at a very low resolution, it is much easier to hit the targets as they are more stretched out, and you not having to move your mouse as much in order to aim across the entire range.
Oh my god. This looks incredible. Welcome to the PS1 demake of Grand Theft Auto Vice City.
Users in my chat also reminded me that it's possible to use a replay to skip the reload animation, saving precious seconds while on the range. However, as it was my first playthrough of the mod and I was testing it for more casual audiences, I decided that using glitches or exploits of any kind to scrape through a win would be wrong, as I wanted to prove that it was possible for anyone to complete, no matter how difficult. A casual GTA fan playing this mod would likely never be aware of these exploits, so I chose to ignore them. I was gonna do this legit.
It's just nonsense.
Area clear.
That was not good. 24. I'm gonna go for every target just in case I get lucky. And then I immediately whiff too. That's great. Again, no targets. No targets. There was like 4 seconds there with 0 targets on the map. What am I supposed to do here? Literally nothing spawned. It's so stupid. I got like 5 points. 8 points.
Aim. 3, 2, 1, fire.
It kind of makes sense. Look at that. Like, even when you play so clean like that, you have like half a second. Like, that was perfect. That round 1 was absolutely perfect. And even then, I had less than a second left over. Like, holy fuck.
Aim. 3, 2, 1, fire. Area clear.
Not good, but a 24. Okay. Keep your aim at the top left corner, so here, yeah? And then go for the middle one. But then how are you gonna, like, flick to these ones? Like, you're so far away. I don't know. I'll try it. Why not? Do you just ignore the right window? I'm not getting any in this window. 0 spawns. Look at that. 0 spawns. And then the second I look away, it spawns. I was looking at that window for, what, 12 seconds straight? 0 spawns. The second I look away, it spawns. That is such bullshit.
I feel it's very important to stress just how accommodating the developer was during this process. He even sent me a custom version of the mod with everything exactly the same, except changing the mission script so it teleported me to ammunition right at the start of the mission, which would save me a lot of time. Again, I declined, as I was too stuck in my ways and simply didn't want to give up. After around the 3-hour mark, we had come to the consensus that this challenge was certainly possible, as a few other speedrunners has also been doing attempts and got very close, and our highest individual round totals put together were extremely close to the target score of 61. All it would take is one god run to put it all together, but alas, I needed a break. Day 2 was more of the same, besides a slight improvement in round 2 that allowed me to gain around 27 points on round 2, simply by slowly getting better at that round. Another 2 hours passed until slowly we started to figure out how round 3 worked. While round 3 is random, there's actually more to it. You see, the targets spawn in groups of 3, which means that you can sort of predict which targets are active and which ones are not. Let me give you an example. There are 2 targets during round 3 that are extremely hard to hit as they are on the sides of the range and pass through a very small window. Usually these are very difficult to even spot, but the benefit is that they pass through the window twice before despawning, meaning that if you spot one, you can wait for it to pass back through the window and then pre-fire it, making it a lot easier to catch. As these targets are usually very difficult to see, I was originally ignoring them. However, due to the game not spawning another group of targets until the 3 currently spawned were either destroyed or despawned, it meant that leaving the window targets alive ended up wasting several seconds each attempt, as I needed to wait for them to despawn. With this being said, this newfound knowledge made for a huge breakthrough. If 2 targets spawned in front of me and I couldn't see a third one, that means the third target would always be in the windows, and I could pre-fire it on the way back to its spawn point. This not only meant a few extra points inside round 3, but also much quicker spawns overall. With this newfound knowledge, I continued to grind and practice. "5 hours in and it was getting late, so I said to myself that I would just do a few more attempts before calling it a day. I was still playing well, so I wanted to keep going for as long as I could before it got too late in the night. Better.
Aim! 3, 2, 1, fire!
God fucking damn it.
Area clear!
It's so bad.
I got on a run that had 19 points on round 1, but only 25 points on round 2, meaning I needed 17 points on round 3, seemingly an impossible task.
3, 2, 1,
And it also doesn't block the other targets, yeah. That's also a good reason. Fuck. These are some really good spawns too. Oh, no way! Oh, no way! Oh my god! No way! Yes! Oh my god! Oh my god, that was the flick of a lifetime! Oh, oh yes! Oh, I fucking did it! Oh my god! I fucking did it! Yes, dude! I fucking did it! Oh my god!
And that, ladies and gentlemen, was how I completed the hardest GTA mission ever created. Over 5 hours of constant attempts, all the driving back and forth, all the development of strategies, and all of the failures. If this proves anything at all, this proves that absolutely no task is impossible, as long as you are a huge geek who is way too stubborn to accept defeat. The mod was quickly patched in just hours after my playthrough, so now it is a lot less about luck, and you are teleported straight to the ammunition to avoid the tedium as I mentioned earlier. This is all due to the incredible work from Rob, aka Dinosaur Bites, who has poured his heart and soul into creating something for our community. Thank you for watching.